This is 50-30. For this workout, your team will be split into 2 pairs. You will be married to your partner for the duration of the workout. Pair A will start at the rig, with pair B starting at the end of the lane. Pair A progresses down away from the rig, going at 50 pull-ups to 50 thrusters and to a 50-calorie row. On the other end of the lane, pair B will be doing 50 kettlebell ground to overhead, 50 deadlifts, and 50 burpees to a plate. Once pair A has finished their first 3 movements and pair B has finished their first 3 movements, the entire team will meet in the middle and run together for a 400-meter run through the cellular center. The entire team will then get back. Pair A will continue to progress down the lane. Same thing with pair B, progressing back towards the rig, but all of your reps will now go down to 30. Pair A will do 30 burpees to plate, 30 deadlift, 30 kettlebell ground to overhead, with pair B doing a 30-calorie row, 30 thrusters, and 30 pull-ups. Once each pair finishes 30 reps at all 3 of those movements, your entire team will meet back in the middle where you started the run, then time will be called. There's an 18-minute cap on this workout. Pair A will begin on 50 pull-ups. While pair A is progressing through their 50 pull-ups, pair B will be on the kettlebells doing 50 kettlebell ground to overhead. Both groups will then progress on, with pair A going to thrusters, where they will also do 50 reps. Pair B will be on deadlifts, also 50 reps. Once the thrusters and deadlifts are complete for each pair, they will then progress on to the rower and to burpees to plate. Pair A will row 50 calories. Pair B will do 50 burpees to the plate. All 4 athletes will come together, then the team will go out on their 400-meter run. After that run is complete, all pairs now will go down to 30 reps. Pair A will move to burpees to plate, well, they will do 30 reps. Pair B to the rower, well, they will row 30 calories. Both pairs will then progress down the lane, with pair A now going to deadlift, 30 reps. Pair B going to thrusters, 30 reps. Pair A will finish on the kettlebell ground to overhead for 30 reps. Pair B will finish on the pull-up bar with 30 pull-ups. Once all 4 athletes are in the middle of the lane, time will be called. Standards for the pull-ups. Athletes must reach full extension on the bottom of the rep and get their chin over the bar for the scaled division. For the RX division, the chest must come all the way up to the bar and touch. Full extension on the bottom, chest touches the bar on top. No reps will consist of your chin or chest not reaching the proper height, so your chin will end up below the bar. Additionally, if you do not reach full extension on the bottom of the repetition, that will not count. Scaled athletes also have the option of doing ring rows instead of pull-ups. For the ring rows, there will be a line underneath the rig. Your heels must be on or in front of that line. Additionally, your body must stay straight throughout the movement. Full extension must be reached in your arms, and your hands or the rings must touch your chest. Failure to reach full extension on the bottom of the movement will result in a no rep. Additionally, failure of the rings to touch all the way to your chest will result in a no rep. Movement standards for the thruster. We're looking for your hip crease to pass below your knees, so reaching a below parallel position on the squat, and for that barbell to come to a fully locked out position overhead. A no rep may consist of a shallow squat, so not reaching below parallel, or not executing a full lockout on top. Both of those will be considered no reps. Standards for burpee to plate. The athlete's chest and hips must get all the way to the ground on the bottom of the burpee. Both feet must jump onto the plate with the athlete standing tall. Again, that must be a jump onto the plate with the athlete standing tall. Control is not required on top of the plate, but you must reach extension with your body. No reps will consist of the athlete not standing tall on top of the plate, so keeping a broken angle of their hips. Additionally, if the athlete fails to reach their chest and hips all the way to the floor, that will consist of a no rep. Standards for the deadlift. That bar will start on the floor. The repetition is complete when knees and hips are straight and the athlete is standing tall with their shoulders behind the bar. If the athlete fails to reach full extension, there's still a muted angle in the knees or hips. That will consist of a no rep. Additionally, you may not bounce the bar off the floor. If the bar is intentionally bounced into the next repetition, that will be considered a no rep. Ground to overhead. Athletes may do this in a snatch with one fluid motion from the floor, or a clean and jerk where the kettlebell pauses at the shoulder and then is locked out overhead. If the kettlebell fails to reach the floor, it will be a no rep, or if it is not locked out overhead, so if it's off to the side of the body, that will be considered a no rep. Additionally, on the clean and jerk, if the kettlebell does not reach full extension, that will be a no rep. These reps must be alternating, so a good rep must be done on the right side before you can progress to the left.